Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Stella and Brandy, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Stella's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little corrections and lots of motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Brandy is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and she keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in her right hand. That leaves her left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a slight tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You're going to be introduced to all of this tomorrow when you come to get Stella, and taught how to use your training equipment properly going forward. Now, if you notice, your girl's sitting very nicely at Brandy's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking, and the command is Stella heel. Now, at this point, Stella has a job to do, and because it's so important that she behave for you on her walks, the heel exercise is going to be extremely important. You see her looking up at Brandy. She's more focused on Brandy than anything that's going on around her. And each time that Brandy stops her feet, she's been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. So when you're walking down the street and you stop to cross traffic, or you should see another dog coming, you tell her heel, and she should stay right with you. She should focus and look up at you. What a good girl. And when she sits, she should have her eyes glued to you to see what you want her to do next. And the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word, firm command. The long sit-stay when you're practicing at home, and I do recommend that you practice indoors as well as outdoors. You're going to start out at about 30 seconds, and you're going to slowly work up to a 3-minute long sit-stay. When Brandy returns back to her, she walks all the way around her, ending up back where they started at heel position, and Brandy gives her another command. So everything starts and stops at heel. When you return to her shoulders, you must stop, and you must give her another command. Brandy leaves her in another sit-stay, open flat of the palm, about an inch or so from her muzzle. The one-word command to stay, and her job is to just sit there and just be a good girl. And because when you're dealing with a dog who has anxiety and nervousness, just this sit-stay is a good exercise to practice with her. This time, instead of returning to her, Brandy is going to use her name and a happy voice, and she has her come right in, and her job is to come and sit and then return back to heel and back sitting. Now, if she doesn't sit, you'll see, you saw Brandy give that little tug that I described to you earlier and tell her no sit. She just forgot herself for a minute. She has consistently been worked around other dogs as well, and we will go into that tomorrow with you. But for the sake of the video, we wanted to have her be the star of the show. Brandy lets her hold that. You don't want to run your commands too closely together. Give her a chance to perform each command properly. Back to heel, back sitting. Very good girl. If you'll bear with me for just a minute, I'm going to change my angle. We're going to walk right over here so the sun's out of my eyes and I can see a little bit better. Now, the next commands that we're going to be demonstrating for you are your down commands, and there are two. The first one is your down from a heel position. So with your dog seated at your left, you use your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Now, you saw what Brandy did when she didn't go down right away. She told her no sit. She put her back into a sit, gave her that down command again. Once you give the command, you have to make her complete it the way it was taught. Your long down stay is a great command to practice while you're eating dinner or watching TV. So don't make it hard on yourselves to practice. Put it into your everyday living situations. We're going for a 5-minute long down stay. When Brandy returns back to her, she ends up all the way back around where they started again. You see her stop at Stella's shoulders, and then she gives her the next command. She's telling her she's a good girl. You can see Stella get a little bit more pep in her step. She's the cutest thing, she really is, and she's been such a good girl. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Brandy will call her out of that. She comes right in and sits. This eliminates her jumping on you or jumping on company. She has to sit to get all that praise she's looking for. And she loves to get praised. And you can talk to her when you're healing. You know, the whole thing is about getting the dog to focus on you, whatever it takes. And she loves to please. Now this time Brandy's going to leave her in a sit-stay. She's going to turn to face her. This is your down from a distance. She's going to use her right hand to give the command if she gets up. This is Stella being Stella, and you got to complete it. You see she knows it. She's trying to get out of it when she's doing all that paw. Probably thinks she's been taught. She said, can I give my paw instead of lay down? And you say, no, down. Make her complete the exercise. Now, we have demonstrated for you all of Stella's formal on-leash obedience commands. She is capable of doing these commands and being a lady when there's another animal present. So we will be going over all of her commands with you tomorrow, and then one of the trainers will bring out a second dog so that you can learn how to control her when you're on walks. We've enjoyed every minute of having Stella. She was a perfect lady for us here at school. We love her very much, and we will see you soon.